and I know it's at the end of the day, and some of us are tired, so I won't hold you up. But you just Dan did such a great job on this whole Sharia law thing, and I know Bev and Mike Goldstein have been in that fight for a long time, and we are working on the ALEC bill, as Bev knows. Where is Bev?
Right there.
Oh, she's right here. Okay. And actually, I'm hoping that we're going to have that final draft ready for filing as early as next week when I'm back down in Columbus. So, not that the spineless Republicans are going to ever do anything with the bill. I mean, this is the frustration that we have in our government, because those of us that really love liberty and want to defend the Constitution are faced with a party system, a two-party system that is designed to keep the entrenched powers in place for the money and the power that comes from running the parties, and they just don't seem to give a darn about our country. And in the meantime, of course, we all know how serious the economic and the social and the international issues are for our nation, that I'm determined to go to Congress and push back against. And that's why I'm fighting so hard against Dave Joyce, a Republican in my own party. And I'm not going to make a big campaign speech. Most of you already know Dave Joyce is rated by all the national organizations as a moderate at best and a liberal at worst. In fact, I was at a meeting earlier. There was a member of the John Birch Society there. They do a rating based strictly on the legislators' attention to the Constitution. They don't, not on economics or taxes, just on the Constitution. Do you uphold the Constitution? And they give Dave Joyce a 30% rating. 30%. That's 30 out of 100. That's pretty good. This is what I'm fighting against. But let me tell you about some wonderful things that are happening, and I so want to. I want to be like one of Rush Limbaugh's ditto heads to what Linda was saying about prayer and the value of prayer and how this is a spiritual battle. This week, as you may have read, Ohio Right to Life actually endorsed Lynch for Congress over Dave Joyce. Most of you may not appreciate this. I know Pastor knows about this. That's almost a miracle. It's almost a miracle, because Ohio Right to Life, they've got a lot of different issues they think about endorsing, and everyone expected, including me, that they would endorse both, because that's what they do in a lot of campaigns. They'll endorse both candidates. They both claim to be pro-life, and so why get on the wrong side of it? So we'll just endorse both. But they didn't do that. They chose to endorse me, and they said in their endorsement they endorsed me because I not only had talked about being pro-life, but my entire life I have been involved in the pro-life issue. Even 30 years ago, when we used to have emergency pregnancy girls living in our attic because they were thrown out of their home and no place to live while they had their babies. So this has been a lifetime issue for me. And the Ohio Right to Life Society, as well as the bills I've introduced down in Columbus and my support for the Heartbeat Bill and all the rest. So they recognized that and gave me that endorsement, and it's just a huge, huge thing. And frankly, completely unexpected, and only happened because God is moving in our country, I think, helping candidates like myself and Linda and Skip, who really are following their faith as much as they're following their dedication to their country. So it's a huge thing. And on the heels of that announcement just a couple of days ago, I started hearing a rumor out of Washington that I might actually pick up very soon a support and endorsement from a national conservative organization. Now those, I went to, I don't know for sure because I haven't talked to them. I went to be interviewed by Freedom Works, 4 weeks ago now in Washington, D.C., and I spent 90 minutes, reminded me, Peg, when we were kids, we had 9 brothers and sisters. Peg's my sister, if you don't know, by the way. That's why she tells you to vote for me. But my parents had 9 kids, and we'd sit at the dinner table, and it was a debate every night. Back in those days, it was the Vietnam War and things like that, but there was a big debate every night. Well, when I went to Washington with Freedom Works, they put me in a room with 2 guys, one on either side of me, who were 90 minutes. They peppered me with questions about this, about Syria, and about tax policy, and about abortion, and about medical marijuana, and just everything you can think of. And luckily, I always have something to say about anything. Whether I know what I'm saying, I don't know. But and we just didn't know where that was going to go. And we're beginning to hear noises, rumors that they're going to make a big announcement soon. And here's what happens in this context: when major organizations like Ohio Right to Life or Freedom Works or others begin to to get on board, you might say, others get involved. So this week, I think as a result of some of this activity, I start to get phone calls that people want to meet with me. Tomorrow I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. I'm meeting with the NRA. I'm meeting with the Heritage Foundation. I'm meeting with the Liberty Project. I'm meeting with the National Pro-Life Action Committee. It's a miracle. It's a miracle that these people just want to talk to me. Now, whether or not they'll endorse me or any of that, who knows? But, you know, it's only happening because of your prayers and your checks. Some of you have been so kind to give me checks in this race as well. So, you know, my opponent, Dave Joyce, has $1 million. I don't. I'm never going to have $1 million. He's going to be able to do things I'll never be able to do. But we'll be able to do something he'll never be able to do. He'll never be able to claim that he actually is going to defend the Constitution and uphold his oath. You know, when I saw that stuff about Sharia law, you know, I think about the words of my oath to defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Folks, we've got plenty of foreign enemies. We've got plenty of domestic enemies right here. And I'm going to go to Washington and fight it. I would have had yard signs for you tonight, but the blizzard got in the way. So but I will soon have yard signs. So please do all those things everyone's talked about, and we're going to win this battle.
He forgot to mention 3 other very important endorsements. Lake County Right to Life.
Yeah, that's true. Yes, yeah.
Geauga County Right to Life.
Yeah.
And how about Geauga County Tea Party?
And that's the most important of all of them.
Yeah, he got me.
That's right. Okay, Peg, now what do I do?
Thank you and good night.
Thank you and good night.